the presentation of Capboard. My name is Amelie and I will lead you through the most important features of Capboard and give you a broad overview. This page that you can see right now is the landing page. So if you sign in into your account, this would be the first page you're going to see. Here you can see the taskbar, which you can use to navigate in between the different parts of Capboard. Capboard has four main parts: the ownership, the equity plans, the investor relations, and documents. In Capboard, you can also have multiple companies and switch between those companies. You can also easily change your settings or your subscription and billing. For Capboard, it is important to upload your stakeholders, which you can do here. You can add stakeholders individually, as person or as entity. You can import data from a CSV file or use the multi-edit, which looks like and works like a spreadsheet. After you've done your changes or uploaded a new person, you can press on save, and then the data is automatically updated. Once you did all this, you can start using Capboard. The ownership part of Capboard is the cap table management. So you can view your cap table in real time. Therefore, you can upload transactions. You can upload them via this button, and you can add all those kind of transactions. If you want to add a transaction, you just press on it, give the information that is asked for, save, and then this transaction automatically pops up here. You can also date them in time, and if you realize you made a mistake, you can just quick edit and save here. If you want to search for a transaction, you can search by stakeholder, by transaction type, or by the date. You can also just scroll down and search for your transaction. Now let's go to the cap table. Capboard offers two different views of the cap table. First, the shareholder view, where you can see your cap table per shareholder, which for you is going to look like this or a little bit different with your data. In this view, you can decide to search for different things or add columns or delete columns. For example, I decide not to see the not diluted shares or not diluted percentage, and then these columns were deleted. Now I can also say I want to see all the common shares or other share classes if I have more. I can also decide only to see totals. In the case I want to share my cap table, I can press on this button and either export this information to an Excel or share this view via email. You can also view your cap table at a certain amount of time, at a certain date. Then we can also have the cap table by share class, meaning you can see the different share classes and their percentages, which looks like this, as well as the same as valid for this cap table. You can add and delete columns if you don't want to see them. Here we also included a tool to track your convertibles. If you have different kind of share classes which exceed the default share classes, you can easily add share classes here. You can add a nominal price per share as well as authorized shares and rights. Now, you can also add simulations. So if you're before a financing round and you want to see how much which investor is going to invest, or you want to see what the new valuation is how the new valuation is influencing your company, you can easily add each transaction that is possible without a simulation, just add as a transaction. You can also add um, multiple transactions for a simulation, as you can see here. This would be one simulation with 4 transactions. You can add more transactions or view the cap table in the transaction. So you can easily access the data and the updated cap table and compare it here with the latest cap table. Equity plans. This tool is used for ESOPs, and therefore you can add pools to your cap table, meaning you reserve certain percentage of your company for employee management plans. So you just add a pool here, say the amount in shares or in percentage, and then just save it. Once you did that, you can upload plans. So you choose a pool, you give it a name, and you choose your grant type. You can also define the cliff, the duration, some bad and good lever conditions, everything that you want and need to define in this process. Once you manage the plans, you can grant those plans to your stakeholders, meaning you can choose one of your stakeholders and grant them a certain amount of shares from which plan. When is the date? You can add prices, you can add again the vesting, and so on. Last step would be to exercise those grants, and you can easily keep track of your vesting of each stakeholder. The third part of Capboard is the investor relations. It is really important to inform regularly your investors about your company, and you can easily do this via our platform. We have already templates that you can use for investor updates, or you can easily create your own. Once you created your update, you can send it via email for at specific groups, and you can also view the engagement. So you can see the opening rate, the reading time, the reaction, and the click to open rate. In investor relations, you can also manage meetings. So you can upload meeting types as well as you can Capboard meetings as such, define how many votes you want, how many people attend the meeting, and you can keep track of all those details. In Capboard, you can see the attendance, and if there would be a vote, you can also see how the people voted. Documents. So in each transaction, you can add documents to your transaction. And if you included an email address to your stakeholders, and you uploaded transactions with the documents, the stakeholder which is included in this transaction will automatically receive these documents. And they're going to be saved here. If you want to drag and drop files here, this is also easily possible, as well as sharing your files and folders with certain amount of groups. You can just choose a group, and then everyone in the group is automatically included. If you would click on save, then all those stakeholders receive this information. Each stakeholder has their own view of Capboard. So this is the editing view of Capboard, but each email address and each stakeholder automatically gets a view as well. For example, this employee has this view. So you can see your investment, your shares, your current price per share, your company ownership. You can see the development. You can play with scenarios, and you have a grand overview here, and you can also see the details of the grant, as well as you can see the documents here that this employee is able to see. I hope I gave you a good overview of Capboard. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us via Intercom or book a demo via our website. Thank you very much.